Hello and welcome to Spark Freedom. My name is Dominic Treviglino and I converted my 2016 Chevy Spark into a car camper. In the last episode, I started working my way up the coast of Oregon from just above the Redwoods up until Tillamook, where I visited the Tillamook cheese factory. If you haven't seen that episode, definitely go check it out. I'm currently just north of Tillamook, sitting on a pullout on the side of the road, filming some shots of trains for my younger brother because he loves trains. So in today's episode, I'm going to be heading up, continuing up the coast of Oregon until Astoria, which is right at the very corner. So I guess without further ado, let's get started. So there you go, Blaze. Enjoy that shot of a train over here in Oregon, across the country from you now. Also, again, for those of you who don't know me, I started this journey in North Carolina, and I'm currently way across the country in right around Tillamook, Oregon. So that being said, I'm going to work my way up to Astoria. I'm going to be going to like Cannon Beach and visiting a lot of really cool places over in like Seaside and Astoria and stuff like that. So I guess without further ado, let us go to Astoria, or go to wherever I'm going before Astoria. All right, I have made it to Cannon Beach. Now, if you're not familiar with Oregon and the Oregon coast, you probably might not know or have heard the name Cannon Beach before, but you've definitely heard of, or if not heard of, then most likely seen Haystack Rock, which is also here. It's featured in like the Goonies. It's also just a very important symbol of Oregon. If you look up literally just like Oregon coast, it's probably going to be one of the first pictures that come up. It's basically just this massive rock just past the waves. So I guess without further ado, let's go see Haystack Rock. And if you, again, don't know what I'm talking about with Haystack Rock, you'll probably be like, oh, the second that I show you this. So let's go walk down the beach. All right, and there is the one and only Haystack Rock. And like I said, if you've seen like the Goonies or just any pictures of the Oregon coast, you've definitely seen this rock. Very iconic state landmark. And then way out right about there is the Tillamook Lighthouse, sitting on its own little rock way out there. I'll try to get a picture zoomed in on that on like my phone or something, because it is super far away. It's still really cool to see. I haven't been back here in many years, but I do remember this rock just a little bit from when my family and I visited a long time ago. So I'm definitely going to be referencing the Goonies a lot, because as we get into Astoria and just get closer to the northwest corner of Oregon, there's going to be a lot of like places that Goonies was filmed, and we're going to be checking out a lot of like the props and the buildings, like the prison and the car, the Fratelli's car, and the houses that they use. So definitely going to be visiting a lot of the stuff for the Goonies. So I guess I'll get a couple more pictures of this, and then I think I'm not sure where I'm going next. I'll update you when I get back to the car and get a little bit more research on the order of things that I'm going to do. So let's take a little bit more shots of this and let's continue. All right, I've made it back to my car. Haystack Rock is really cool and fun to visit, but I have a lot more to get to. So the next stop we're going to head to is Fort Stevens State Park. It's this really cool like state park that's got like a fort, and it's got a shipwreck out on its kind of beach area. So I guess without further ado, let's get over there and I'll show you all the things there one at a time. I've made it to Fort Stevens, so let's walk around some gun emplacements and talk a little history. All right, well, I'm walking on up to the kind of first battery installations, or gun battery installations, that are right behind the kind of visitor center area. But let's talk a little history, because there is a ton of rich history in this area of Oregon. So Fort Stevens was built in 1864. There's a lot of firsts that happened here. First of all, it is the only time that an acting U.S. president has become under fire. I believe Abraham Lincoln, according to some accounts, was here during a battle here against the Confederates, and he was allegedly under fire at one point and escorted away from here. Let's see what else happened here. So this base was decommissioned in 1947, so just after World War II, and during World War II, it was actually the only U.S. mainland installation to come under enemy fire when a Japanese long-range submarine shelled this place. I thought that was a really interesting fact. This installation is also right next to the oldest town in Oregon, from my understanding, which is Astoria, built in 1811. And it's also just a very important place to me, because my family and I used to come visit Fort Stevens, and just when I was a kid, we would play hide and seek or run around and play tag in these massive fort installations. This roof actually has rails, it looks like, in the ceiling. I would imagine that would be for hauling shells to the massive guns on top of these batteries. Alright, let's talk a little bit more about the Japanese submarine that attacked Fort Stevens, or kind of shelled Fort Stevens. I don't believe anybody was actually injured or killed. And interestingly enough, Fort Stevens did not fire back. I guess from my understanding, from the research I did, the submarine was considered out of range, so they never fired any of the guns at it. Then that submarine, I-25, I believe the name was, had been attacking a few ships in the harbor. It shot a torpedo at an oiler, but the oiler was empty, so I think it did some damage to it, but I do not believe that it actually sank the oiler. Definitely gonna have to go up in there. That looks super cool. This hits kind of all the boxes for me, because I personally love military forts and installations, and just all things military and abandoned things. Well, this isn't technically abandoned, it is a state park. This has not seen some use in a while, so definitely. I don't know if I can go up there actually. So unfortunately they have this fence all the way around this one, so you can't go up in it, sadly, because it looked like it'd be really cool to get up there. But I also understand why. Some of the flooring right there is literally bowing down like that, so I'm sure that is not far from a collapse, especially if that hill wasn't there, kind of holding it up. Looks super cool though, and I do have a couple other installations that I'm going to be visiting that I can climb up into, so. Alright, I'm at another kind of installation right on the other side. Over there is where I just was. And this one looks a little less cared for, but it's still very interesting. Let's walk through it. What is this little building here? Some sort of small shack. Can I get in it? Yes, I can. Well, this looks rough. Woohoo. Oh, there's a door there. I wonder where that goes. So many interesting little doors and areas to explore. Most of them don't really go anywhere though, at least not anywhere super far. Oh, this is a creepy hallway. Oh. What is this? Ooh. Oh, it's the grate. I always forget to bring my flashlight. You know what? We're coming back with the flashlight. Hold on 1 second. I ain't going in that in complete darkness. No. I am going to get a flashlight real quick. Alright, I've got a flashlight and I'm going back in. That turned into so much of a bigger room than I thought it was going to. It got really freaky and dark. So, I didn't think I needed a flashlight, but I definitely did once I got in there. So it says on the doors, storeroom. Oh yeah, I'm glad I got the light, because this goes really far. Whoa, this is huge. I've never been to this one, but goodness, this tunnel is absolutely massive. I think it just goes along the outer wall, and I can see the rails where they would move shelves and equipment along carts hung from the ceiling. Okay, so there's the main entrance. And where do these go? A big storeroom there, and another one there. And then I'm gonna guess that this goes all the way around and comes out the other side. Oh, no, it doesn't. It just ends here. Alright, just to show you how dark it is in here without the flashlight, I'm gonna turn it off just for a second. Ready? Freaky. And the second that I turned off the flashlight, birds started making noise. That was kind of terrifying. There we go. This is huge. Goodness. So it seems that this one was used as a lot of storage. I'm guessing for its guns, but probably also to provide shells for other guns, maybe? There's a lot of birds in here as well. You see one right there. Alright, well that was this one? Battery Clark, I think it's called. Let's head on to the next one. Alright, I'm now walking up on Battery Russell, this one's called. This one's extremely important to me because this is the one that my family visited all those years ago and played hide and seek all among the different hallways and corridors of the gun installation, so I have a lot of memories here. Alright, here it is. It is so otherworldly being back here again. It has been so many years since my family was here. I remember this so well that I looked on Google Maps to find this one specifically and was able to find this gun battery and get over here and visit it. I'm like 2 miles from the rest of the installation. Just actually almost kind of outside the park. I remember this dark room because a lot of the kids at the time were afraid to go in here. So if I needed a place to hide, I wasn't really afraid of this dark room. I would hang out in here or one of the other dark rooms in here. Just like this one right here. Yep, I remember this. I can remember all the different hiding spots and places I used to run around through here. It's kind of crazy to me because that was so long ago. I want to say I was anywhere from 12 to 14 back then, and now I'm 21, so it's been a while. Getting close to half a lifetime ago when I was here last. Crazy to think about, especially with the rest of my family so far away. I wasn't sure if I'd ever come back here again, and especially didn't think that I might come back here all alone. But here I am. It looks pretty much exactly the same as it did back when I was here. I don't think much has changed. You know, it can only get so bad in moss and dilapidation before it's just falling apart. But these structures, for how old they are, hold up extremely well. Alright, well, I'm going to enjoy this place a little longer, take some more photos and videos, and then we're going to go check out a shipwreck, because there's actually the remains of a shipwreck within like a mile, 2 miles of me, right on the beach. So I will see you all there and explain more about it when we get to the wreck. All right, I'm literally right down the road. That took all of 3 minutes to come from the last military installation, and now I'm at the shipwreck of the Iredale, or what's left of it. I think that's what it's called. I guess without further ado, let's go look at a shipwreck. Alright, so that was the wreck of the Iredale, and now I'm at a jetty right on the end of the beach here. See, the Iredale is way back right there, and this is actually the farthest west that I'm going to be going on this trip. I am at the northwest corner of Oregon. That's what it is. All of that right there that you can see off in the distance is on the other side of the river, and that is all Washington. Astoria is right back down that way, and that's where I'm going to be going next. But this is it. I would go all the way to the end, but they have the jetty closed for repair, sadly. So, wanted to make this part just to say thank you for all of you who have watched my adventure so far, especially if you've watched all my videos. This has been a ton of fun, visiting all these places and even new places. But this is it. This is as far west as I'm going, because the next stop after Astoria is going to be heading towards like Mount Rainier and stuff. So that's going to be northeast of me. So this isn't the most north that I'm going, but it is the most west. So here it is. So glad that I made it back here. I've actually been to this spot before with some old friends back long time ago. But it's just so great that I was able to do this trip. I feel very blessed with the family and just things that I have to be able to make a trip like this and just be back all the way 2,600 miles from home. That's insane. If I wanted to go straight home from right now, it would take me right around 2 days. It would take me about actually a day and 16 hours, I think it was. So, and of course, that would be if I was just going straight booking it across. But yeah, I made it. I did it. This is it. Of course, this is not the end of the trip. Still have a lot left, but you know, this is definitely a milestone. So let's get back in the car though, so you can actually hear me. Here, I'm on the other side of the jetty now, so that you can actually hear me a little bit better. But yeah, it's crazy to think that this is as west as I'm going. Now, of course, I could go up the Washington coast and just continue kind of northwest, but that really isn't my plan. My plan is to start heading back across the country. I would tell you all the places that I plan on going still, but those are for future videos, so I will leave those for then. But I really wish I could make it to the end, but construction dictates otherwise. But that's all right. It's crazy to think because I'm imagining a map right now in my head of Oregon. Actually, why don't I just show you on my atlas, right where I'm at right now. All right, I'm back in the car. And I keep my atlas open to whatever state that I'm in, just so that I have a quick reference. I actually haven't been using the GPS all that much because I've just literally been taking 101 straight up to each town. But the reason I wanted to show you, I'm literally right there, top northwest corner. So it's kind of crazy, you know. You can point to it on a map instantaneously. I'm as far northwest in Oregon as you can get. And with that being said, I'm gonna get ready to go into Astoria and start searching around there. But before I do, I have another sticker to add to the board for Fort Stevens. One second, there we go. This one's kind of big. This is kind of the best one that they had. I thought it looked kind of cool, but it is comparable to my Canyonlands one. But it's all right. This is a momentous sticker because this is, again, as far west as I am going. So, it's worthy of being a big sticker. Well, where should I put this one? Put it there. I'm feeling right here. That's where I'm gonna put it. And there we go. Official. Made it back to Fort Stevens. Let's see. Perfect. Another sticker added to the board. All right, now I'm super excited. It's time to get into Astoria. It's about 5:30, almost 6 o'clock right now, so I'm not gonna probably be doing much within Astoria today. I will be doing most of the exploring of Astoria tomorrow. So today's mission for the rest of the day is just find where I'm camping. I have one spot kind of picked out. If that doesn't work, then I'm definitely gonna have to look around, but I obviously wanna do that before it gets too dark. And then tomorrow is when I will start really getting into all the things that I'm going to be doing in Astoria. So without further ado, let me find where I'm going to camp. All right, well, I ended up going straight to where I'm camping for the night. It is 6:30 and I've read about this spot and people say that it gets full very quickly. But I am actually just over the bridge in Washington, literally like 4 minutes from Astoria. I've been going around Astoria, but there's all of Astoria right there. And then right on top of that hill, that is the tower at like basically the highest point in Astoria that we will be, wow, that was a mouthful, that we will be visiting later in this video. So not really going to keep you all tied up with getting set up for the night and everything, because I've been kind of trying to get into Astoria and start filming in there, but it's just worked out to me being outside of Astoria this whole time. So I'm basically going to cut to me getting up tomorrow, and I'm going to start basically heading over to Astoria. So I'll see you all then. Good morning. I'm currently sitting at the Astoria column, and right there is where I camped last night, just basically right across the bridge. So I think how I'm going to do things in Astoria is just start at the highest elevation, which is here, and then work my way down to the coast. For no other reason than it's just easier because I have a lot of things that I want to visit. And if I just go one at a time down and end up at the coast, then I'll have gotten through everything. So facts about the Astoria column before we climb to the top. I think it's about 125 feet tall. And it was built in 1926 as like a monument to like the richness of the West, or out here, and the people who settled here. So it's a monument and it has this beautiful mural that goes all the way up. So I guess without further ado, let's climb the tower and get a beautiful view of Astoria and the surrounding area. Oh, also, I thought it'd be easier for me to explain this to you here before I go up the tower and get surrounded by people. They have these wooden planes that they have in their gift shop and you throw them off the tower. But the bushes and tree line around the tower are full of these planes. So just make sure that you're not taking some kid's plane. That wouldn't be the nicest thing to do. If somebody just threw a plane off the tower, don't run up and grab it, obviously. But if you're finding it in the tree line, all you're actually doing is cleaning up the surrounding area. If you want to buy it, a new one, go for it. But you can save yourself a little bit of money and help clean up their forest a little bit by just finding these ones and throwing them back off the tower or keeping them. So it's up to you. So I guess now, without further ado, let's go up this tower.
Hey, vengan. Karen está por allá.
See, the firefighter is taking you to what would happen if there's emergency out here. You just go on the side.
Alright, right at the top.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, that was a good one.
You just gotta get the wind to catch it back in the water.
He got very good, Mike. Right there.
All right, and that was the Astoria column. Super cool and fun place to go. It costs $5 to park here. That's a parking pass for a year. And then you can just come up, and climbing the tower itself is free. It's a super cool view, and it's really awesome to throw those planes down. As you saw, my plane didn't make it very far, got in the field, but I saw some people throwing them and they would go way out towards town. And like I said earlier, with the finding planes in the woods, I can see one right there. I think there's another one somewhere around there. And then I know that there's another one up in those trees. So they're super easy to find. Don't feel bad about finding a plane instead of going to the gift shop, as long as you're, again, not taking somebody's plane. So I guess with that, let's go into town. And I'm not exactly sure which location in town I'm gonna go to first, but I will pick up there. Goodness, my hair's a little bit of a wreck. I will pick up there, wherever that location is, and we'll just do some exploring in town. All right, I am back down in the town of Astoria now. I had to drive through it to get up to the tower, or the column. I'm actually sitting in front of the jailhouse that was used in the making of Goonies, and I'm actually parked right next to the Jeep Cherokee that the Fratellis drove in the movie. So that's really cool. It's now a museum, so we're gonna go inside in a minute, but before we do, I have a sticker for the column that I need to add to the board. All right, here's the sticker that I got for the column. And I think, where will this one fit? I might have to save that spot for later. I think I'll put it actually right next to this lighthouse sticker right here for the Quina. All right, there we go. So with that, now I've been to the column, let's go check out this museum. And here is the jail cell, where it all started with the Fratellis' escape. super small but super cool museum if you love all things like Goonies and like Short Circuit and just movies that were filmed in Astoria. There's Data's outfit. All right, and that was the Film Museum here in Astoria, Oregon. Super cool location, just a little museum. But if you like films like The Goonies, and specifically I also really love Short Circuit, then definitely a cool place to check out. I actually got a new sticker from there. I'm probably gonna have a lot of stickers this video from the places that I'm stopping. They didn't have any Film Museum stickers, sadly, but they did have like a Goonies sticker that has like the key on it, and it has just a bunch of sayings all like on the sticker itself. So let's add this one to the board. This being one of the major locations that I wanted to visit, definitely gonna have a lot of places that have a lot of stickers. So here's a closer look at that one. And I think I will put it maybe right there. Yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna put it. All right, and there's that sticker now added to the board. And this board's really coming together. I got a ton of stickers on here so far. So now with that, I'm gonna leave the museum, and I'm actually gonna go to the houses where they filmed like the opening scenes for Data and Mikey and his brother. Well, all the characters, but that was their houses in the Goonies. So these houses are not museums. They're literally just houses. So I do need to be respectful and just kind of, you know, get up there, maybe take a couple pictures, make a quick scene for the video, and then head out. Because again, not, you know, museum, just people's houses, but they are historical landmarks still. So I guess with that, let's head up to the houses. All right, I'm walking towards the Goonies house, and actually I saw a sign that said basically visitors welcome, just be respectful and don't visit in the middle of the night, which sounds totally acceptable to me. But it doesn't even have like a mark on Google Maps from what I saw, so I really thought that it was just kind of a house that was used in the movie but now people live in and they might not want visitors. But turns out that you can actually go visit it, and you can actually see the house right there on the top of the hill. So let's go get a closer look. So I'm walking up to the Goonies house, and there's a deer walking down the middle of the road. Hi! Kind of walking right towards me. It's kind of freaky. I'm gonna stop moving so I don't scare her. That was interesting, but I guess let's get up to the house. You can hear the sea lions just barely off in the distance down there. We're going to be visiting them later. All right, and here's the houses. There's Data's house, and you can actually see just barely the line that goes between them for when he zipped line from his house through their front door. And there's Mikey's house. Super cool. Definitely get a lot of visiting, I'm sure, for people who have seen the movies. You can kind of see through the trees, the view. This would have been the view that was also shown in the movie, but it'd be a little bit better from up there, which I'm sure is where the shot was taken from. But it's super cool that they actually have the zip line still there. So here's a little bit more of the surrounding kind of houses and stuff. I'm parked way down there. Yeah, just super cool. All right, now let's go visit some sea lions on the coast. Now that we visited a couple things in town, let's head just down there and go see some sea lions and go look at the river. right, I'm down at the port now. Ugh. Now, unfortunately, I can't go over there. That's all closed. But if you can just see right there, I'll take some zoomed in pictures for you. That's all sea lions just chilling. It's also very windy and starting to rain again, but just wanted to show you all around the port a little bit. There's the bridge that goes into Washington. So here it is. You got a bunch of oil tankers sitting out. I really wish that was open. Last time I was here, that was open and you could walk all the way over there. And I remember it smelled super bad with all the sea lions chilling right there, but I guess this is the view we get for now. So, all right, and that was just a quick little look at the port of Astoria. Beautiful, like, river right here. I believe it's called the Columbia River. And you can see the bridge right there. It's just a really cool view. I do wish it was sunny out, but sadly the weather did end up coming in. Luckily, the weather didn't come in before I went up the tower, so I'm really glad that I did that first. Now, before we leave here, I need to find a sticker to add to the board for all of Astoria, and then that will be the last sticker that I put on in this episode. Put on a couple so far. I think this is the most stickers that I've added in one video. So I guess with that, I'm gonna do a little bit of driving and find the welcome center. All right, well, I actually ended up back up near the column. It is now kind of pouring rain out, but the reason that I ended up back up here is because their gift shop actually has a ton of stuff in it, and the welcome center I went to really had very little things in there, and I wanted something, you know, kind of like nice. They only had like Oregon stickers or like Bigfoot stickers, just kind of random stuff. But this place, here's an Astoria specific sticker. So I thought this was really cool. Astoria, Oregon, and then it says the date established. So let's add this one to the board. I think I'm gonna put this one right here. It's kind of a weird spot for it right now, I know, but this kind of blocks off this area. Otherwise it would just keep making this one spot longer. And now I could put stickers above it or below it, and then eventually I'll put some smaller ones maybe right there. So this is where this one's gonna go real quick. Let me put that in there. And there is the new sticker placed on the board. I know it's a little weird and open right now, but as I get hopefully some smaller stickers, I really want to find at least one or two that I can put here. But this board's really coming together. See, it's getting almost full. I might need to switch to a different board soon. But with that, I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you for all of you who have watched all of my videos, or most of them up until this point. This is really a dream come true to me, to be able to visit this place again after so many years. And this location was one of the main reasons that I planned this trip to begin with, was to just visit some of the places in and around Astoria that I visited as a child. So thank you all for your support and for watching. In the next episode, I'm going to be going northeast, start kind of curving my way back towards the East Coast. And I will be going to like Mount Rainier in the next episode. So with that, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.